After a long winter, which seemed to swallow up spring, it seems like summer has finally arrived, in part now because the Sioux Falls Canaries have finally come home. The Birds play their home opener against Winnipeg in about 30 minutes after playing the season's first 13 games on the road. It's been 9 years since the Canaries last had a winning season, and there's some reason for optimism that this year's team might be able to break the rut after going a respectable 6-7 on that four-city 13-game road trip.
And when we don't get off to a great start, it's tough to come back from that, where one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to change the culture. We wanted to bring in basically a brand new roster, which we did. And none of these guys know any of the history in Sioux Falls. They're here, and everybody here believes that we got a chance to be really pretty special.
Well, I think last year was more of a live off the home run ball, do or die. I think this year we have a lot of guys who will grind out at bats and work their way on any way they can. And then we have some big guys who can drive them in. So I think it's more of an even squad this year, do a lot more damage.
And a former Canary fan favorite will be back in the birdcage tonight. Reggie Abercrombie was one of the stars on that last great Sioux Falls team in 2010 and played for the Birds from 2010 through 13, is back with Winnipeg for his 20th season of professional baseball. The former major leaguer is now the American Association's all-time leader in hits, home runs, and RBI. Reggie and the Fish have the best record thus far in the American Association at 9-4. Now, because of the realignment to the league, which now has the Canaries and Gold Eyes in different divisions, it's the only meeting between the two teams in Sioux Falls this year. Could be the last time we ever get to see Reggie in Sioux Falls. You can't imagine he has too many more years left at age 38. We'll have highlights from the home opener tonight at 10 o'clock. While most of South Dakota's softball focus was on Augustana winning Division II College World Series, a pair of natives were helping the University of Minnesota reach the Division I Softball World Series. This time last year, Harrisburg's alum Allie Lindner and Rapid City Stevens alum Emma Burns, seen here hitting the home run, were beginning their summer softball tournament circuit. Now both are starters for a Gopher team that's 46-13 and qualified for the program's first College World Series. Lindner batted in 49 games, starting 39, batting .209 with 3 home runs, while Burns has become the Gophers' primary catcher, starting 46 games and is hitting .239 with 7 home runs and 20 driven in. They actually batted back-to-back in yesterday's College World Series opener against UCLA, as you see right there. They combined to go 0-4 in the Gophers' 7-2 loss to the second-seeded Bruins. Lindner, Burns, and the rest of the Gophers will look to avoid elimination tomorrow at 11 a.m. when they face Washington. As an assistant coach with South Dakota in 1995, Nick Nurse came within 3 wins of a championship when his Coyotes made it to the Division II Elite Eight. 24 years later, he's 3 wins away from an NBA championship as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, and if last night was any indication, he might have a chance to get them. Game 1 of the finals last night in Toronto. Golden State early on doing what they usually do. That's run and dunk with Klay Thompson right there. He had 21 points. However, Toronto led for most of the way, got close in the fourth. Fred VanVleet took him to the circus with that shot. Toronto back up 5. They pretty much pull away from there thanks to Pascal Siakam. He had 34 points. Toronto takes Game 1, 118-109. Game 2 is on Sunday.
For us, we just had a lengthy film session. There was plenty on there that we need to do better if we want to win another game in this series. So we've got to fix those things.
And as I was mentioning, Game 2 is on Sunday. By the way, Nurse was on the 1994 Elite Eight team for the Coyotes, coached at USD as an assistant from 93 through 95. We're back in 1 moment.